Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish Gaming. This is Neon. This is gaming news in under 10 minutes on Clownfish Gaming, and this is some pretty big news. We don't know what's going on yet, but people are worried that Microsoft is going to nope out of the next console generation, that maybe this is the last generation of Xbox consoles. And when you think about it, I'm going to be honest, the Xbox at this point doesn't really serve a purpose, does it? I mean, you basically have Xbox on every gaming PC out there, and now you could potentially have Xbox on every console out there. So it's more of a platform than it is a system. So from Microsoft's point of view, it's like, why are we manufacturing a bunch of hardware? And the last generation didn't do so hot, as I understand it. And they're probably like, yeah, let's just nope out. You know, it's kind of happened with Sega too. They're like, let's just make games. And then they kind of blew that up too. But that's Sega. That's a whole nother thing. Let's talk about this. This is pretty big news because everybody's like, hey, yeah, a bunch of Xbox exclusives are no longer going to be exclusive. They could be coming to PlayStation. They could be coming to Switch. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more gaming news here on Clownfish Gaming. Subscribe wherever you found us. I think we're going to start with this right here. We'll go to IGN. IGN has an article up called Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and possibly Starfield are reportedly being considered for the PS5. If that's true, and this was yesterday, these games may be a sign of a new multi-platform strategy inside Microsoft. Again, when everything's Xbox, nothing is. So why do you want to manufacture a console? So The Verge reported a source with knowledge of Microsoft plans claimed that the company is weighing up which titles will remain exclusive and which others will appear on the Switch or the PS5. Indiana Jones is seemingly part of this new plan, and it could be one of the first to kick off this new strategy if it ends up happening. If this is a rumor, so far it's a rumor, but given all the layoffs at Microsoft, given that they had to, I believe, to make sure that they weren't a monopoly, they had to promise that they were going to bring their games to other platforms. This might be part of that when they did the acquisition, but also they kind of hinted that this might be the last generation for Xbox. It's just not doing as good as the PS5 and the Switch. Now, it was doing really well when you couldn't find a PS5. But now that the PS5's out there, just like, and eventually I think everything's just going to become a gaming PC anyway. I mean, for what you spend on an Xbox or a PS5, you can go buy a Steam Deck and you can play like everything. So why the hell would you just buy a console if there really aren't any exclusive games on? Like, Nintendo makes sense because Nintendo's games are exclusive. Until they're not. They might decide someday they're just going to do the same thing. Who knows? Anyway, assuming the plan goes forward, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle appears set to launch exclusively on Xbox and PC in December. And it would arrive on PS5 after a rather short period that could just be some months later. Once again, it's important to take it all with a grain of salt as plans change, but the conversations look to be happening inside Microsoft. The report also follows rumors that Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves may be jumping to other platforms as well. That's not all. Xbox Era is reporting that Starfield may be in. Now that was the one. That's a big one. Now I know a lot of people are pissed off about the game. They don't like the game. They think it's disappointing. But that was like the one thing that Xbox fans were clinging to. Like, this is our game. This is our game. It doesn't matter if it sucks. This is, Xbox and PC exclusive, bitches. You're never going to get this on PlayStation. Well, you might, or you might get a really crappy version of it on the Switch too. Starfield may be another game to make its way to PS5, according to Xbox Era sources. Microsoft may be planning to launch Bethesda's space RPG on the PS5 after they already announced Shattered Space expansion that's slated to arrive in 2024. It's been claimed that Microsoft is making even more of an investment into PS5 dev kits to support this supposed multi-platform strategy. Ahead of Starfield's launch, the question of exclusivity was one of the biggest ones out there. While it turned out that Starfield was exclusive, at least at launch, these potential new developments will also bring back Elder Scrolls 6 into view. So it hasn't been 100% confirmed. Microsoft's own internal documents have claimed it will skip PS5 and will only launch on Xbox and PC. Again, plans change all the time. As is possibly evidenced by these reports, it's important to not take anything as fact until it happens. So yeah, I think I think they see the writing on the wall. That's my personal opinion. GeekWire has an article. They said that it is potentially the end of the console wars. Microsoft could bring all of its Xbox games to PlayStation. Kind of like how Sega, remember back in the day, I'm old enough to remember. Remember when Sega started publishing on Nintendo platforms, on consoles? And Sonic the Hedgehog, oh my God, was on GameCube. How very dare they? Don't they know they're supposed to hate each other? And there have been rumors over the years that Nintendo might even buy Sega at some point because they were working so closely together for a while. They had Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, and Sonic the Hedgehog has been Smash Brothers. You know what I'm saying? And Microsoft, at the end of it, is a software company, and they want to get their tendrils into everybody's console. So basically, again, if everything is Xbox, if everybody can run Xbox on every platform. You just have your Xbox store or whatever, your Game Pass or whatever on whatever console you have, then there's no reason to have a standalone console. It does make a lot of sense. I'm looking at this like a consumer, and the last Xbox we owned was a 360, and I loved it, and I loved the Kinect, believe it or not, as hokey as it was, and I have a lot of really good memories. In fact, we still have our 360 in the closet upstairs. That being said, I didn't see a purpose to buying an Xbox One. I didn't see a purpose in buying the new Xbox, the series, because I have multiple gaming PCs. I don't need an Xbox, and Halo sucks. Halo sucks now. So why, you know what I'm saying? Like Halo used to move Xbox systems, and Halo is a broken franchise. So why the hell would you buy a console that doesn't have any exclusive games, and the exclusive games they have are lackluster? It makes sense to buy Nintendo. It makes sense to buy Sony. It does not make sense on any level to buy an Xbox. So I can totally see them just doing this. Here we have another article. This is Icon Era says Microsoft leaving is going to be great for the industry. This is interesting. So their take is, whoa, hey, that got gone. They get a lot of backlash. They said developers will no longer have to waste time on creating inferior versions of their game. One console to rule them all, PlayStation. I don't know if it's going to be PlayStation either. I mean, PlayStation's kind of declining returns too, isn't it? I think it's all going to be PC. I think the PC master race has finally conquered the internet. I think that they've finally won. I think that's it. It doesn't even make sense to me as a gamer to have any other console other than I have a Switch because Nintendo exclusive games, and like I said, we have multiple gaming PCs. The kids each have a PS5. But I wouldn't buy one for myself. I don't see a point. I don't see a point in a PS5 or an Xbox. It doesn't make any sense to me at all, because you can have a PC that runs everything, and I do mean everything. In fact, you can run Switch games on that PC too if you're so inclined. I'm just saying, but you can run every video game ever made pretty much on a PC. But yeah, I thought it's funny. Aged so poorly, these games will never come to a PlayStation. Hi-Fi Rush, Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, and Redfall. Xbox Xbots went from the PlayStation has no games to PlayStation has all our games in the span of 7 days. Yeah, this console war, this current generation console war, I don't understand it, because again, as a predominantly PC gamer, I'm just looking at like, you bitches are still playing on consoles? Like, seriously? Like, why? Why? For a little bit more, you can get a somewhat decent gaming PC, and you can play everything. Why the hell would you waste your time on a console, Again, unless it's Nintendo. And I do love my Switch, but it is what it is, guys. So there we go. This is going to be really interesting. This could be the end of the console wars, finally. And then everybody will find something else to bitch about, right? I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.